Where was I? We are gonna fold kind of laundry. It's not my laundry, but first I'm gonna make sure that the surface I'm folding on has no cat hair. If you have pets, this is a lifesaver. I'm obsessed. Amazon, relatively cheap. This one's called Delomo. Nice, very professional labeled sticker, but I swear it's totally worth it. It works like a sticky lint roller, and it creates this static electricity that brings it all in to this chamber, and it works crazy well. Okay, now that we have a clearer surface, let's talk about the rags. So these are from the Collective Yoga Co-op. If you don't know, I am part owner in a co-op yoga studio. And because it's a co-op, we share a lot of the responsibilities and just the upkeep of the studio. And one of the things that we have are these little rags that you can use to wipe down blocks in your mat class. And of course, one of those responsibilities is to clean those rags. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fold these nice and neat and take them up to the studio and perhaps take you with me that direction as well. While I fold, we can have a chat. First of all, a little promo for the co-op. We don't charge for any of our mat rentals or block rentals or any of those things. We just ask that you be a part of the community and wipe down the props before you put them back. And that is how we are able to make it accessible and not charge an arm and a leg for a towel or for a mat when you come to practice yoga. And while we're on the topic, the whole mission behind the co-op is to make yoga accessible. So we have sliding scale prices. We are yoga teacher owned. So everything is coming from the people of the community, the teachers that are in the studio with you. We're not answering to any suits in some office way across the country. Because of that, we can kind of talk to the community and give you type of classes that you want and give you what it is that you're looking for. So if you ever want to take a class, if you are in Chicago, a Collective Yoga Co-op, you can take a class both in person or you can take a class offline from anywhere in the world because we stream our classes as well. If you want to check that out, thecollectiveyogacoop.com. And now that we've covered why I'm folding a ton of towels, we can just chat about the day. Do I have anything to talk about in the day? Oh, I forgot. I made the mistake of washing some of my own towels with these, forgetting that some of them were the same colors. These actually look like two different colors. One of these might be mine. So I'm going to be playing a game of a few of these things are not like the others. And I'll see how that goes. This one is definitely not like the rest. Is this one mine? I think I can recognize the difference. I think this one's mine. Okay, we'll just keep playing that game and we'll see if I end up with 2 greens and 3 blues that look slightly different. Anyway, October's coming up. If you are a fellow spooky leaning individual, you're well aware of that. I tend to have this thing happen where October kind of sneaks up on me. Like I'm super excited for Halloween. I've usually got at least one tarot event that's standard that happens every year in October, which is the Bazaar of the Occult event. So if you're interested in that, that is coming up, and I'll put information about that on the screen somewhere and in the description. I love doing those. I love doing Halloween events. I forget that until I get to this one Halloween event, and then I think to myself, oh, I should have maybe promoted or tried to get a couple other events like this where I can read tarot cards. I have had times in the past where I've been hired as a tarot card reader for like Halloween parties or like private events during the October time period. Like I said, it sneaks up on me and I just don't think to promote it in order to get more than the one event that I always do. So I'm trying to do that this year. So if you're watching this vlog, it is still in September. There's plenty of time. I will be doing a page on my website that you can request a tarot reader at your next party. This one's mine. Yeah, this one looks like mine. It's always a fun time. I do a lot for my one-on-one sessions. It's not just about the tarot reading. It's more a coaching session with the tarot reading because my background is as a holistic health coach. So I always approach all of my readings, both tarot and past lives. Everything is approached from a place of being a coaching session. How you feel about the reading, how you feel about the circumstances, the emotions that are coming up around the topic, topic as we do the reading and giving you actionable steps as you leave the experience. So that's one of my biggest pet peeves with other healers or readers. You don't always have really actionable tasks to take away from the reading. Maybe you get the Tower card, and the Tower card is always about things kind of crumbling around you and crashing down. Sometimes, not always, there are a lot of really great readers out there that do treat it like a coaching session. I myself have been influenced by a lot of readers like that. Cosmos is a really great example of that. He is so well versed in everything in the self-help, self-development, sociology, psychology field that when you get an astrology reading from him, or if you just follow him on Instagram, which I highly recommend, you get almost a therapy session in with the reading. And that to me is the point, that it's always bringing you to the next level. It's not just giving you information that you don't know what to do with. You just come away from the reading like, oh, I am a Cancer sun. I'll use my own sun as an example. That means that I'm always going to be super sensitive and emotional, and that's just going to be something that forever I make an excuse for that. And it's like, no, you know these things about yourself, or you learn these things about yourself so that you can kind of reverse engineer it, and you can come to a place not only of accepting the things that you can't change, but also recognizing the things that you can sort of tweak, whether it be tweaking your circumstance so that you can better respond to a situation and not getting yourself in a situation where you know you're going to be overly sensitive, or knowing your patterns enough that you can kind of get tools, therapy style, of things that you can do to calm your nervous system and breath work. There's so many tools out there, and we know this. And granted, you have to be careful because not all the information is accurate. And even when information is accurate, it's not always for you. It's not going to resonate for you. But we have resources, is the point. That if you learn something about yourself that is a hindrance to your daily life, whether it be astrologically or a prediction from a reader, you can then use that information to teach yourself how to navigate the situation in a healthier way. Whereas before, if you didn't know that X, Y, and Z was going to happen, or X, Y, and Z is a part of your astrological makeup, you wouldn't have that forewarning to be like, oh, maybe I should make some preparations for this. Maybe I should tweak the way that I'm looking at the situation, or rearrange the people around me supporting me so that I feel better enabled to deal with what's about to come up. That's ultimately the way that I approach every single reading that I do, is that we are going to go into it and we give you information about yourself or about your path, but then we are going to figure out tiny little lifestyle tweaks that can help you to move through this in a healthier mindset. Going off on a big tangent, starting to talk about party tarot readings, which we will get back to. The point of this is to tell you that my one-on-one readings are very different than my party style reading. While I might not be giving quite as much information, it's really nice to kind of give people a taste of that experience at a price point that's more accessible. When I do events like this, I get a lot of people that have never had a tarot reading before, and I'm their first experience, and I'm so happy and honored to be that person for them because, like I said, there are readers out there that aren't really empowering the people that they're reading for. They're almost disempowering them by giving them like a negative read and not telling them how to cope with that or where to go from there. So I'm very happy to be in a position at these events where I can give someone an empowering experience. And P.S., I've said this, I think, before in some of my online tarot readings, but I am a big proponent of really making sure that the general public knows that not all readers or healers are created equal. And that's not even speaking to skill levels or whether they give you tips or don't give you tips. When you're looking for someone to give you a reading, be it astrology, tarot, a Reiki healer, you really want to make sure that your energy and the reader's energy have a resonance. These days, it's really nice because most of the time, if you are drawn to a reader, you can check out their social media, you can kind of get a gist of their vibe. Even if they don't have readings posted online, just saying kind of how they are online will be a really good indicator of whether or not you're going to have resonance. Another thing I like to compare it to is when you're finding a therapist. You don't just go to the yellow pages. Oh my God, yellow pages. You don't just go with the first therapist that you find. You figure out if you're a match. There are so many styles of people and so many styles of therapists out there that even though everyone has similar training, the advice and the way that they view your situation and the world is going to be so different. You don't want someone that's viewing the world in a way that you don't aspire to view the world. When you're looking for a reader or a healer, it's the same thing. You want to find someone that either already has kind of a similar viewpoint on the world, if you feel like you've kind of done enough self-growth and you like the way that you view the world and you like the way that you approach self-care and self-development, then you want someone that has kind of a similar vibe to that. Maybe someone that can kind of push you in a direction that's slightly uncomfortable, but it still feels like the direction you want to go in. Or if you're still searching for personal development practices and you haven't found anything that really resonates for you, you want to find someone that you can look at the way that they look at the world and you're like, yeah, I want some of that. That's the same thing for readers. Everyone's having such a huge intuitive awakening. That's why you see so many intuitive readers and tarot readers online, way more than you used to, because there are so many people that are waking up to their ability to translate these messages. However, all of these people are still people that are going to give you different styles of advice. So if it's not someone that you would go to for advice on a friendship level, like if they don't seem like someone that you would ask for advice on your next relationship or anything like that on like a one-on-one level, all good, clear, and open readers would probably get the same general message for you. But the way that they're going to translate it, it's highly individualized, highly personal. So if you get someone that's like leaning more towards cynicism, you're going to get a more cynical reading. And if you get someone that leans more towards optimism, you're going to get a more optimistic reading. And honestly, neither one of those is right or wrong. Sometimes you need a little tough love. So I am not the reader that you come to if you need tough love. I am the reader you come to if you want to know how to grow and look at things from a brighter perspective. And there are plenty of readers out there that are the tough love readers. They're a little more cynical, and they're not the people that you're going to go to if you want to be treated with kid gloves and feel loved and safe. They're the people you go to when you need a kick in the pants. And again, it's not that one is right or wrong. It's not that one is better reader. It's that you need to know what you need in that moment and seek out your readers and healers accordingly. Now that I'm off my soapbox there, the point is Halloween month is coming up and I'm excited to do some more spooky things and to do more readings. And I think I'm planning on offering an intro to tarot class during October as well. Wait, which one's is this one mine? This one might be mine. This one's mine. What did it say? 2 green and 3 blue. So I might have 1 blue still somewhere. This actually has worked out really well. I can tell, I think, the difference between mine and the culprit. Finished school day. Wait, there's only 2 here. And there's 2 there. I needed 2 there. One of these blues, that's mine. Oh my gosh. So similar. Maybe this one, I think mine's slightly, no, that looks like that one too. Maybe I'll just donate one of mine. These are definitely fluffier. These all look the same. Maybe I'm just missing blue rag and that's okay. All right, so now I just have to try and pack all these back into this laundry bag and carry them up the street without messing up what I just did. But do you want to come with me?